Okay, so the user interface on the Yamaha PSR E373 really is pretty awesome. This whole section, we've got the power, volume, the metronome, and you can actually set your tempo here. Then these two buttons are for doing recordings, and then this is kind of the rhythm and style control here. So you got your start, stop, fill, intros, endings, that type of thing. These three buttons all have to do with the lesson feature, which I'm not really going to go into. Then on this side, this is how you select a voice. This is how you can go in and play existing songs that are built into the keyboard. I also don't really go there at all. And then this is how you choose your styles. These buttons, basically it's a nice handy keypad to be able to select voices or styles by number, so it just speeds it up a little bit. They're also used as your registration keys, which I'll show you in a minute. The music database, so basically those presets for famous songs, that's how you get into there. And then this is how you set dual and split voices, how you turn the harmony or arpeggiating features on or off. And then the function is how you get into the function menu. Registration memory, I'm going to be talking about that in a second. Articulation, that's how you trigger those super articulation light voice modifications. And then DSP, that's how you can add all sorts of different effects to your voices. And then the portable grand is really a nice handy button to just return you back to voice number 1. So you can see on the display, by default, we've got the voice displayed, so 001. So if I go into voice, that's going to be this this display, and then I can either put in a number. For example, if I want to put in 044, that's going to take me to a nylon guitar. You'll notice here too it says super articulation light. That's how you know that this is one of the voices that will react to that articulation button. And I can also scroll through voices by going plus or minus. And one thing that's really handy on the Yamaha 373 is the fact that they've got a kind of a subset of the voices, kind of like the categories listed here. So if you want to go to electric piano voices, you can go to voice 8 and then start to scroll up and down with the buttons. So it is pretty quick to navigate. Same thing with the styles are listed over here. So if you're looking for country, you could go to 090 using the keypad and then scroll up and down until you find the one that you want. Then when you want to go back, you can go to portable grand again, and you're back at 001. Now also when I scroll through these, something else you can notice is when you see DSP lit up, that means that this voice, which is a honky-tonk piano, Yamaha has already added a DSP effect to it to improve the sound of the voice. Now when you see the exclamation point, remember I was talking about cool or those other funny names that they have for those voices where they've done some modifications to. This is one of them. So this is the cool suitcase electric piano. So that's how you can tell what those are. Now if I go into I'm just going to reset this to portable grand, and then I'm going to go into the style menu. So now you're going to see that this whole screen is going to change because it's context sensitive. So now we're looking at the styles. I currently happen to be on Love Song. Same thing, you can enter a number for a style. Now I'm on British rock. Now if I'm going to use the style, I can set up, for example, sync start, and you'll see that that'll start to flash here because it's going to wait for me to start playing before it starts. I can also choose whether I want it to start on variation B or variation A, and I can also choose if I want an intro. So it's going to be an intro into version A. And then when I start playing, then it'll start going. So you do get visual indicators, and it'll also count measures. You can see it's at -08. That means that's an 8-beat intro. So that way you know when the main part of the style is going to come in. Okay, the registration memory. So the way that works is, let's say I want to go to load whatever voice I want. Let's say the stage electric piano, and I want to split it. You'll see the split will come on, and it's going to be bass by default, but I could edit that voice if I wanted to, and I could add some effects, etc. I could choose a style that I want. So let's see here. Let's go off of the default style. We'll go to happy 8-beat. I want to memorize all of that. I'm going to hold down registration memory. The memory number, I'm going to put it in memory number 2. Overwrite, yes. So now if I go back to the portable grand and I choose a different style, 8-beat modern, And now if I hit registration memory, it's going to say load number, and I go load 2. I'm going to be back on stage electric piano with the splits, and I go back to my style, and I'm back on happy 8-beat. Then